Question 5. Have you ever been through a time in your life when you felt without God, and when did he appear to you? I love this question, especially for you, especially since you're a new Christian.
Yeah.
Because for me, having, like, not always been a Christian, but, like, the majority of my memory life I have been, like, it's such a different...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So there's two things that I could say,
I'm
but
so
I think
excited.
I'm gonna say the first one. The second one is like more recent. So yeah, it's been a year and a half. But
Yeah.
so when it was first semester, first year that I got into the group that I was talking about, and I was just like on fire. I was so like renewed, and I felt so great for the whole semester. And I was like, this is great. Life is awesome. Life is gonna be awesome forever. And then I got to second semester, and it was really difficult. And it was like the winter period, and it was just crummy outside.
Yeah.
It was just not a great time in my life, and I wasn't strong enough in my faith to know that life is going to be hard, and that doesn't mean that God doesn't love you, and it doesn't mean that God left.
Yeah.
And I had a period of time where I wasn't focused on God, and like I didn't know what I was doing still. I was like getting my footing, and I just felt so far away from God. And I remember just like feeling like super anxious and lonely all the time, and I was like am I slipping back? Was this just a fluke? Like, is God even real? And I just struggled so much with that because I was like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to be who I was before. And I just felt like this hole in me. I was like, and and so it sounds so dramatic, but I'm quite a dramatic person, so I'm sure it wasn't like, but it just was a time for me to learn a lot. Like, God is there, and God is not a feeling. God is a person. He's like, His Spirit is with you always, no matter what. You don't have to feel Him there. You don't have to see like some magical thing happening. You have to have that, like, it's a trust thing, and it really came down to that. And I was like, okay, how am I going to trust God? How do you trust a friend? You know them, you get to know them, and you spend time with them. And that's when I was like, oh, I need to read my Bible. I need to get to know God. I need to spend time with God. It's easy to say it's a relationship. It's harder to apply it to your everyday life.
Yeah.
And really walk the walk. And I think I had like romanticized it up to a point. Like, every moment is gonna be great. Every moment is gonna be like, so like I like over spiritualized everything, I think. And so when I hit those lows, it was really like blew me out of the water a little bit.
But I think at the same time, I don't know if that's the same for you, but for me, in my lows is when I'm closest to God.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that says I'm a bad Christian, that when like things are peachy, I'm like, yo God, I got this on my own.
Yeah. I think it just means you're human.
When it struggles, oh man, I lean on Him in a big way that I probably should just lean on Him all the time for.
I think it's good though, because you realize how much you need God. In your eyes, you're like, oh, I can do this on my own. But
I think actually God sometimes even uses those times, like He purposely gives us those trials to bring us back to Him, and that's actually part of my testimony, and I can share that another time. But
I would love that.
Cool. So, what do you think your spiritual gift is?
I didn't think of this beforehand. I actually don't know. What are some spiritual gifts that I could potentially have? I haven't thought about this.
Teaching, pastoral, administration. I don't know. Like, what are your gifts in general?
I think I'm very passionate when it comes to people. I have to go through that whole learning of like, I'm not anybody's savior, I'm just there to love people. But I think when I get to know somebody, if there's like somebody that needs, like if they're struggling, or I'm very passionate like in my relationship with my friends. And I'm all in.
Yeah.
Even when I probably should back out a little bit. I don't know if that counts as a spiritual gift, but I think I have kind of a tact when it comes to talking to people when they're like in a low place, or when they just need somebody there.
Being a support. That's totally a gift. Cool. Yeah.
I guess that,
And the final question, in what do you see God the most?
When I mess up and when I know better. So I forget, so since I am new to Christianity relatively, there are things that I've done that I didn't know were bad, that I didn't feel a conviction for because I wasn't seeking that guidance. But after I came to Christ and after I knew better, there are things that I've done that I knew better. And I think the guilt is so much greater, and like the shame that you feel is like, what? Like, I'm sliding backwards, what's happening? And it's in those moments that I hear God's voice, not saying, oh, it's okay what you did, like, do it again, not condoning it, but knowing that I'm still loved, even though I'm broken and I've messed up. And I think conviction can be hard because you don't know who wants to feel convicted. It's awful.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful for it. So when I mess up, and I probably could have not, is when it's kind of like a bittersweet, like, I'm loved and this is so great, but oh man, I messed up kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's where I'm like, oh, okay. God, I totally did not deserve that, but you're there, so yeah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed tomorrow's Jesus Lovin' Tag Q&A. And just stay tuned for more awesome videos. If you loved this video, give it a thumbs up.
All the thumbs up.
Leave it in the comments below. Are there any other questions that you would love to see answered in a tag like this, or in my questionnaires with people that I bring in? Do you want to see it more often? I do.
Aw, thanks.
And don't forget to subscribe to this channel.
Subscribe. She is awesome. Like, seriously. She's great.
And to my new channel, TeaandThessolonians, which is just a little bit more of a fun channel, lifestyle, vlogging, just everyday, random stuff. Yeah. So, see you guys soon.
Bye.